We have created this course for anyone who wants to improve their theoretical knowledge and practical skills in technical writing. Whether you are an emerging technical writer, a seasoned subject matter expert, a technical documentation manager, or an experienced project manager, this course will put you on the right track to level up your technical writing. After completing this training, you will be able to understand the phases of the specific writing process to create almost any piece of technical documentation: manuals, procedures, work instructions, deviations, root cause analysis, capas, and so much more. Effective technical documents require that an information architect, the technical writer, understands how critical it is to take a strategic approach and use available resources long before they sit down and start writing. Here, we are going to show you the technical writing process identified by Kieran Morgan, which was first published in his book, Technical Writing Process. The technical writing process comprises 5 steps: plan, structure, write, review, and publish. Before you actually start writing, the documentation plan is created in this first phase. This plan is a key document that contains a roadmap that collects the deliverables you are going to produce. The documentation plan covers the scope of the project, who the audience is, the deliverable documents that need to be written, and the process you will follow. It is recommended to have a spreadsheet titled Matrix Deliverables, which lists every single document that needs to be written and their key attributes. The plan should also list your milestones, with a schedule that specifies when the different documents will be written and the tools, word processor, etc., the techniques used, and the status tracking to control the success. You should also identify the roles and responsibilities. You need to know who the subject matter experts, team members, and other stakeholders are that will be involved in this process. Once the plan is prepared, the technical writer should hold a meeting with the manager and other stakeholders to refine the documentation plan and find consensus to ensure that everyone agrees with the plan. You can also use a template to create the plan. The key to writing an effective technical document is to have an in-depth understanding of your audience. To identify and define the audience profile, you can interview the subject matter experts who are familiar with the audience. Try to understand the challenges they face in their everyday work using the processes, technology, or product you are writing about, and investigate their needs and user experience. You need to understand the level of detail they require in your writing, how they process the information, and most importantly, how they will use the document. People generally use technical documents as references, work instructions, or guidelines. To create the audience profile, you can use one of the 5 W's and one H: who, why, when, where, what, and how. The structure of the document corresponds to the different levels of headings in the final manuscript. It is recommended to have specific templates with predefined headings depending on the type of document: example deviation, CAPA, SOP, or complaint. Depending on the type of document, there are different approaches to building the structure: narrative, process-based, library, and system-based. The narrative structure has an introduction, a main body, and a conclusion. The topics are sequentially laid out in the main body, one after the other. This is not a common structure for technical writing. It is more often used for academic papers, textbooks, or reports. The process-based structure uses a mapped-out architecture with a sequence of activities or use cases. It is the type of structure used for processes and procedural documentation in quality management systems. Remember that a process is a set of activities or tasks performed to get something done, like a result or output. To create process-based documentation, you need to use a 4-step approach. First of all, you need to analyze all available information about the topic you're writing about, including specifications, guidelines, and requirements. Second, you need to create a high-level process model like a flowchart or a diagram that will be used as the basis for the document's table of contents. The model consists of different boxes with terms that capture the entire process from start to finish. Each box of the high-level diagram can become another set of sub-processes or activities. But it is better not to overcomplicate this with additional process levels. 2 levels of detail are enough. What do you write inside each box? In the process-based structure, it is common practice to use a verb-noun structure. This is called imperative mood and directs the reader to do something without leaving room for ambiguity. It is clear and concise. For example, write a list of specifications. Create a validation report. Inform the QA department. After modeling the map, you should work the process model with the subject matter experts. For example, you can organize a meeting or workshop to discuss the model and make any adequate adjustments in the group setting. You can record the changes on a whiteboard, app, or any other method you prefer. And finally, you can map the model of the document into a table of contents, complete with headings and subheadings. At the start of the document, you will also need to add an introduction section. The system-based structure is usually found in technical manuals and specifications documents. The first chapter is an introduction of the product or system being documented. The library structure is a set of independent documents or articles that are usually found in websites, blogs, and online newspapers. Each document is identified with metadata such as the title, author name, date published, topic, project, or department. For example, this document is a monograph of analytical tests and specifications for product XYZ. In this example, the subsequent chapters would correspond to the analytical procedure and acceptance criterion of each analytical test. For example, identification, loss on drying, impurities, assay. The documents can be accessed by the audience with keywords searches. The library structure is not used for documents related to a quality management system. The following image is a summary of the different types of all structures we discussed here.